Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another build order video on this channel. I hope you're having a great day so far, and yeah, hope you're ready for the Horse Clan build order over here. Yeah, we're gonna try to be a relatively fast scouter here in this game. We will try to basically attack late 801, maybe early 802. Really depends. We're not gonna be a full rush scout here. We can also do that. I'm gonna explain to you what you can do if you want to do that. But yeah, we're gonna try to be a little bit later, have a little bit of an eco build up, and yeah, I think that is usually kind of the power spike of horse, like at least where I feel where the power spike of horse is happening. Yeah, as the Horse Clan, we're gonna get 2 chiefs. This is why we're gonna try to get them on the field as fast as possible. Yet again, if we're getting ruins or shipwrecks, I'm not gonna go for them. So we're just gonna scout out the tiles surrounding us. We already have a lore stone over there, which is pretty nice. Yeah, we're just gonna scout the tiles surrounding us, act like we don't have anything. I think we don't even need to act for that. I don't even think we need to act for that. I don't think we get a ruin anyway. And as soon as we know that we're not getting any treasures, we are going to build a dock. So yeah, if you have a ruin or a shipwreck, you should definitely go for it. Since we are not going for them anyway, we will definitely be fine. But if you are going for a shipwreck or a ruin on Horse Clan, you will only get 50 gold instead of 100, and you will get minerals on top of that. You will get iron or stone, depending if you get a ruin or a shipwreck. So keep that in mind. You will not get the full amount of gold that other clans would get. But yeah, the 50 gold will already help you to get your chief a lot quicker. So you should definitely go for it if you have the chance. So we're going to go for the dock here though. We can scout one more tile. Afterwards, I'm going to send the scout back because with the dock and all the other stuff that we want to do, for example, building a wood camp and going for wood, so we can actually go for Verlun's Forge where we are spawning the chiefs. Yeah, we don't have enough food to get all of that and scout with 2 scouts all the time. So this is also the reason why I pulled one back already. I would also really love to go for lore, but at this point, I just don't think it's gonna be feasible yet. Like, we're gonna wait, just take all the villagers we can get to go for wood and gold. As you can see, we still have a lot of wood to go, 60 for the forge. We're already at -5 food, so yeah, gonna try to yeah, focus as much as possible on wood and gold here in the early game. Will be a lot easier if you get a ruin or shipwreck, of course. Afterwards, I will try to get a villain lore, since we definitely want to hit excavation before we start mining lore. Yeah, mining lore, this will basically happen. Start mining iron or stone with our chief, and basically get bonus lore for them mining there. So that's a lot of lore that you're getting. Like, don't underestimate that. That's a huge amount of lore that the Horse Clan gets at that point. But to get that, we're gonna need excavation here, of course, like as early as possible. Also, mining without having excavation feels like a bit of a waste, because then you're going for the iron will be gone, and you will not get any lore for it. So yeah, gonna try to do it as like do the mining as soon as I hit excavation and not a moment before. So right now we are building our forge. I'm gonna start starving now. We should probably just pull one of the woodcutters back, maybe even both of them. Maybe even the dog, because I really want this tile here as soon as my chief comes out. I personally, okay, good timing, good timed wolf attack here. Take 2 hits with each will and then run away. Because then they don't count as low, basically. So yeah, we're trying to go for this tile. Very unfortunate that we got attacked by the wolf right now, to pulling down our food production here for a second. So we can already get our chief. We can send a villager on the lore stone to get excavation, since we don't really want to start mining before that anyway, and then send the villagers right back into the dock, right? I just want to go for iron because I focus on tool upgrades for my civilians first. If you plan on rushing really early, you can also go for instant stone if you feel like that's the way. Oh yeah, we can clear out the wolves first. You can also go for instant stone and go for the town hall upgrade and the scout camp upgrade pretty much instantly into the game. It's pretty fast, so you're definitely gonna compare yourself to Goat and Raven to the speed of scouting here. Horse is very capable when it comes to that. Going for excavation and starting to mine the lore, mine the iron. And oh yeah, by the way, the chiefs are your only way to mine iron, by the way. You cannot build a mine or anything. It will always be your chiefs, which is also the reason why we are instantly going for it as we are doing over here. Is fully focusing on our minerals here with the chiefs. Of course also clearing a little bit, but we will never be able to send our villagers on lore, so you gotta keep in mind that your chiefs should always be mining, otherwise you're missing out on iron, and honestly, what else to do with the chiefs, right? So should really help you out. So we're going for the iron here already. The reason why we are doing that, in the end I want to go for Völund's Forge here. Forging tools, weapons and relics give you fame. That's already pretty nice. And forge tools for civilians get an additional 5% production bonus. So we're basically trying to get 15 iron, upgrade our gold source, upgrade our wood, and upgrade one of our food sources, which in this case will probably be farmers. So yeah, gonna do that definitely. I think at that point I would really like to get my second woodcutter's lodge. If I build that, I might get housed for a second, but I think in the long run, it's the better call. We're also getting the gold for our chief. Go. If we click the iron, then I'm gonna keep mining there. And now we're also gonna be needing bit of gold here, so it's gonna be kind of tough to actually reach the gold needed for our upgrades, because each civilian upgrade will cost 30 gold. We still need to build the house, so we need 100 gold here, which brings me to our following lore choices. After excavation, I feel like I'm changing up the lores pretty often depending on how my situation is. If I would have a shipwreck or a ruin right now, I would probably go straight sharp axes into Völund's Fire, because that is the lore that is gonna give me the production bonus on my upgrades and give me fame, basically. Fame also really important for the horse clan, because we want to reach 200 fame, because the first sentence there at the 200 fame: when in the same zone, war chiefs mine and forge 50% faster. This is huge, and we want to get that as fast as possible. So Völund's Forge is really gonna help us with that, and we're gonna get that as fast as possible. But I will probably not have the gold for the upgrades here. So I feel like I'm just gonna go shipbuilding here, boosting my gold economy here, so I can actually get the upgrades when I need them. Maybe getting Völund's Fire a little bit later than we would have planned, but helping us out getting the upgrades as soon as we need them, basically, and as soon as we can. So yeah, gonna do this. Now building the woodcutters lodge. We're gonna have a little bit of space problem here in the long run, I feel. That's gonna be fine. Gonna need a house now. We might actually end up just building a house here in the main town. Could definitely happen. And yeah, we'll still get housed a little bit, but the second wood camp just seems pretty huge. Sad that we are not able to get the farm yet. Probably not going to be able to get that before the winter. Happens sometimes, actually pretty often, when you don't have a ruin or anything. Makes the start relatively slow here, but nice. We're getting attacked on the chief tile. That is where we can easily defend it. Chiefs really nice to have. Send them right back on the iron. Otherwise, they will take their sweet, sweet time or even never run back to the iron, I think. So always send them back instantly. We're going for leadership here. We have 2 chiefs, so getting all the bonuses here for our chiefs double will be really, really nice. Of course, they don't stack, but having all the upgrades that we get on our chiefs can be pretty nice. Getting the extra bodyguard can be huge, since the build is generally still pretty aggro. So yeah, will be pretty nice to have. So now can send the villagers back. For the horse clan, you will not need as much of a food stock for the winter as you would need for other clans. Reasoning for that is, now for sharp access into Willem's Forge, of course. Reasoning for that is, you will not have miners. You will not have villagers going for any minerals here, which will definitely pull down your food throughout the winter, because you usually go for stone or iron or whatever. We're not doing that here, so that helps us out a little bit. We should already think about getting the farm only to get the upgrade. And then afterwards, we will basically need to go as fast as possible for wood, for food, so we can take the stone tile here, so our chiefs can clear that out. Maybe we'll also, but in winter that won't really work out, clear out the fox burrow over here and take it, because a tile on top would, of course, generally be nice. And it would be good for us to have, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, because our chiefs are relatively weak compared to other chiefs. We have 2 of them, but they only have 10 attack, which is basically a warrior here, so not all too great, really. Now we built the farm, so we can go for farmers instantly. Also just send villagers on the farm, even though it's not going to give me anything. In winter here, farmers produce just as much as villagers. So won't give me any benefits here to go for the farm, but as soon as the farmer upgrade is done, then I should get a bit of a bonus here. But we might need to just send a few woodcutters back here throughout the winter, which is not too bad. With a little bit better of a start, like if you get a rune or something, you should usually be able to get the farm just a tiny bit earlier. Yeah, you will not have any food problems here throughout winter. We're not really gonna have them, but a tiny bit. Bigger problem is gonna get 80 food here right after the winter, just to get the stone as soon as possible. So, at this point, I'm just gonna send 2 woodcutters back, and 2 weeks before the winter ends, which is basically half of one of the quadrants here, I'm gonna send them back. Farm is getting ready, like the farmer upgrade. Could do some microing with the chiefs here for the tiles, since we have a bit of a dead time. The chiefs cannot go for any upgrades, they cannot go for iron. For stone, there's nothing really I can do with the chiefs, so I'm thinking about clearing with them to do something with them, because the chief time is precious, right? You're only miners, the only people that can forge for you, if you do not befriend Dwarven. That is of course always a way, but that would be pretty late game and not really feasible what we're trying here. Could do something like that. Just run in with that chief. Get a hit in. Run with that chief. Oh no. Nah, okay. Nah, forget about that. Nah, forget about that. I don't like the horse chiefs for that, honestly. Like, they are really, really bad compared to other chiefs. Gotta keep that in mind, right? It's one of the worst chiefs in game. I think they are the worst chiefs in game, if you just look at a singular, yeah, chief. So we're rather gonna use them to defend here. At this point, we get the Verlun's Fire. Pop, a lot of happiness here. 45 for free upgrades, which is kind of huge. I like the feast, so we are even faster on getting the stone tile over here. Big fan of that. We're going to attack by a fox, not a big fan of that. And we're going to defend it with the chiefs. There we go. And we can go for the next tile. As soon as we are done here, we can go for the stone and finally mine for our stone economy. Here we go. I don't know, at some point, like in some games, you will maybe need to build a brewery. In this game here, I will just wait until quality of life hits, because I would like to build the least amount of buildings that are not directly helping me with pushing my opponent as possible. So yeah, we're basically just gonna try to like not go for the brewery and waste any kind of resources for that. What we could definitely do was build another farm over here. Would be really nice. Since we have 2 farms, why not? It's a weird explanation over here, but I'm gonna do that real quick. If I would have only built 1 farm building here, I would have probably gone for this here, even. Because quality of life bonus, right? Quality of life gives me happiness for each tile with at least 1 civilian building upgraded in here. Which means, if I upgrade my town hall, this tile here is already, already gives me 1 happiness. Because this is a civilian building. Then I would upgrade the farm over here, so I get 1 happiness for the farm. So I can later on upgrade my dock over here to get 1 happiness, because upgrading the dock here will not give me any. And I would later on probably break down the scout camp, build it over there in this tile, and also upgrade it, just to get the maximum amount of happiness out of quality of life. This will always require a little bit of planning, and sometimes you will just not be able to get the full bonus out, but you should try to make it happen as much as possible, because yeah, it will be pretty helpful. So we're also just gonna do that. I'm gonna break down the scouts here, because we don't really need them at this timing anymore. Sorry. As soon as we need them, we are gonna rebuild them in this tile to just get the quality of life bonus. 2 villagers on the farm, just boosting our food, which is really, really nice. What we could also do is going for the second dock. Just pushing that a little bit more. And yeah, we're in the trenches here in happiness, but that's gonna change relatively soon, because we can get the upgrade now, and we're gonna get quality of life, so this is pretty nice. We are also pretty close to reaching 200 fame, which is kind of nice. I think, oh yeah, it's just the lore and the town hall upgrade, and we are already at 200 fame. So therefore our mining will be a lot faster, which is pretty good. So we can now go for quality of life, get 1 happiness out of that. It's not like our people are insanely happy right now, but yeah, it helps definitely. So, you could basically get your scout upgrade at any point now, right? We could already get the scout camp upgrade right now, like build the scouts and upgrade them in the very moment. But you can also squeeze more upgrades in between. I personally like to at least get 1 more upgrade here. Maybe even a second one, to have like a food and a gold upgrade. That is usually quite nice. I really like that. It really depends on what your team is going to do, right? If your team wants to attack earlier, should probably not do that. But yeah, you can really adapt on what your team is doing, which I really like about the horse clan here, right? You can go a little bit earlier, you can be a little bit later. It really depends on how you play it and what you want to do with it. Nice fox attack here on the farmer's tile yet again. Would really love to the fox to attack the other tile. That would help a bunch. But yeah, we're just not as lucky. So we get up here. Keep on mining. We're also building the healer's hut now. This is really dependent on what you want to do, basically, right? When you will get it. Sometimes you're just not going to get attacked as often. You want to build it as late as possible. So if you don't get attacked as often, that's great. Don't upgrade it. But yeah, it should be different. I think I'm just gonna go for the farm over here. Yeah, come on, let's go farm. I'm going pretty greedy here. Take 1 of the farmers over, because we don't even have enough villagers to have all our buildings supported. He's already going for the upper tile there. We're gonna try to clear this tile out and maybe go for it. Also has a bit of a gold bonus over here. Only 1 healer, which should still be fine. It's that 1 villager over there. Let's see, there's 8 wolves in there. Yeah, we're not clearing that with 2 with 2 chiefs. This is not going to happen. That's kind of sad. Oh yeah. At this point I would actually go for my shield bearers. And probably also rebuild the scout camp now. At this point we're gonna go for mid-tree to have some oomph in our army. The chiefs are done with the stone now. By the way, your chiefs can also build, so We're gonna take advantage of that right now. Afterwards, we're gonna go for our army upgrades, and we probably even start scouting at this moment. Go over here, create a scout camp, and whoop, get at least 2 scouts out. Don't need that much wood anymore. Well, definitely still gonna upgrade this one. Here we go. And then we go forward scouting. A little bit of a weird map here. It's alright, it's alright. Send the scouts forward. The camp done. Now we can go for the shield bearer upgrade. Mostly because we have a Lynx in our team. We could also go X-Throws. We could basically go for all the upgrades, as many as possible. Because with Verlun's Fire, we're gonna get a lot of fame for that. Which can be pretty helpful. But yeah, for this moment, we're gonna do it like that. So, yeah, we can also pop out the bodyguard, which can be kind of nice. Now we could really think about clearing out the foxes there. Not gonna be easy, but I think with the bodyguard we at least have a shot. So we're gonna do that right after we're done there. We also could go for another upgrade here for a building. Seems a little greedy right now. Would definitely be my second longship dock over here. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna go for another sailor here first on the upgraded one. Basically just boosting our gold as much as we can. Just because at this point it really depends on how much army we can get as soon as we're done here. Go for that. I really want to micro the scouts again. Kind of scared because it's 8 foxes. 8 foxes is a bunch of DPS, so I'm gonna keep my eyes over here. And we were able to clear it actually, that's really nice. Really good, here we go. So, get my scouts back. So they both actually scout the tiles that I desire. Getting another one out even. And build more camps. Even gonna pull off the lore master over here to just build camps. I think you always gotta set priorities. For me, the fighting is pretty important here. So I will basically not go for as much lore because I still have plus 18 lore with my chiefs here, right? Very potent. We're by far in front in lore. You gotta keep in mind it is AI that I play with here, but still the amount of lore that we get here is just insane. Oh yeah, maybe just build the camps up there. Get more scouts. Okay. Kobolds, like I said, little bit weird map. In an actual team game, the kobolds will not be as much of a barrier between you and your opponents, because you can just easily kill them with 3 players that go forward with their army, right? I'm gonna build another camp, probably right after that, even another camp. And we're also gonna hit for codes real soon. That is a really weird map here, so we're gonna go around there, and then there should be the opponent. Can also go for the house here rather than the camp, so we do not get a house too hard. So fur coats for now, because right now it's looking like, okay, we probably are fighting in winter here. Depends a little. Villager is just running around, can definitely go for food. Send the other scouts forward. Chiefs are still going for stone, even though I'm not really getting another upgrade here soon. The reason why I just go for stone is just push our lore, right? Just push the lore. Somehow, somewhat, however possible. Teammate gets attacked by triple drawer attack. That's definitely unlucky. And just scouting forward here. Trying to get as much as possible. Yeah, here we go. Okay, they just kept their tile open. We're gonna make it really straightforward here. In a team game, of course, you don't even need to just scout like main tile of your opponent or just a few tiles. You can also spread around. Maybe let your aggro clan just do their thing. Scout really early. Maybe even not jump into the fight with them, but just let them annoy the other players and just play your eco game on top of that. But I'm generally a fan of helping them out, right? When I personally am playing a clan like Horse, Goat, or Raven, I'm oftentimes just jumping into the pits with my aggro clan. You don't have to do that, and it's also not bad if you don't do it, right? It's not like something that is frowned upon that you stay home. It can be a lot better if you just stay at home in your base, do the eco play, and they just rain hell onto the other team. Can be pretty good, especially if you're playing with Hound. So, as soon as we got these tiles scouted, I'm instantly sending my scouts back. We're gonna go forward here. Usually at this point, my other teammates will probably already look for the way forward. We're gonna stop this raid. The styles should be scouted any second now. Here we go. Send them home. The rats are gonna hit, which is a bit of a downside. Let's already get a second healer for that. Let's hope we don't get a low chief. That would be really nice. And then we pick most of the villagers that are not sick at this moment and send them forward. Really nice. There we go. So yeah. Let's just wait until the rats are over and then we go forward. Because red event, of course, always kind of annoying when you go forward, mostly because of the food. But we have a sheep over here, that's kind of lucky, so we can just get rid of the sheep. We'll not have any food problems over here. And basically send as many villagers forward as we can right now. I think the wood production... I think we're just gonna go with 8 here. We could probably also just build a camp, but I don't think we're gonna get more than 8 anyway. So get as many as possible. There's 2 scouts. Here we go. Let's get Mo. Let's get Mo. Let's get more. And a few more. And just one more? No more. Ah, okay, we still have a little bit of gold. So we could actually get a little bit more. Why not? Why not? And yeah, basically go forward for our opponent. 802 tempo push. You see, I could have built one more camp here that would have been a little bit better. Obviously, yet again, when you start out with a rune, everything your start will be a little bit more explosive, so you will also send out more. But I really like the Horse clan for the versatility. That is one of the clans that can really easily scout for your team. Oftentimes will not be a big problem. You see the amount of stone we have over here is just stupid. So even in the back... I think we're just gonna get more army here, but we could even just in the back keep on going and try to get even better eco. It's also absolutely possible. So there we go. Could clear that out. Oh no, we don't need to go in here. Wrong path. And I would generally like military strategy. If you are... like, we're gonna go mill strat here. That's definitely gonna help me in that moment. Just more attack power here for my units, which can be kind of nice. If you already lost your army, if this lore hits yet again when you fought already and all your army is already dead. You already fought a fight and you lost it. Or you don't even need to lose it. Maybe you did very, very big damage on your opponent with that attack. And they got hurt way more than you. But you still lost your army. Yeah, you can go for feeling safe. Giving you a bit of extra happiness. It's sadly not gonna double. It's like if you have at least one chief alive, you're gonna get free happiness. It's not gonna double if you get more of them. Yeah, this little army... obviously attack here, not too important because it's this AI. Yeah, that's nothing expressive about that, right? But yeah, think the clan is really, really cool. Honestly, not at the strongest point right now, since it just got overtaken by other clans. There's not a lot that changed for the Horse here. I think the build feels really natural. I feel like, okay, this is basically like, it's working like clockwork, more or less. Like, at the moment where you're done with the one thing, you're pretty fast doing the other thing. The only downtime that we had, we're basically waiting for getting the stone here. Other than that, we always had something to do. We were always going forward in our build. This is what I really, really, really like about the Horse clan. But oh yeah, we can also send them back to not starve here too much. but there's just so many clans that are so strong right now. There's Lion, there's Stoat, there's so many clans that go into the same role as Horse, which can be a little bit stronger. But especially if you're not playing like on the highest level of Northgard, if you're not like a Diamond or Rimsteel player, you will oftentimes have games where you can absolutely win with the Horse clan. Honestly, there are other clans that could basically do it a little bit better, honestly. Like, that's just how it is. But the Horse clan's still a very, very fun clan. I hope it gets a bit of a buff here soon, that just feels a little bit better to play it in the ranked mode. But other than that, just a great clan, always having a great time with it, just sometimes a little bit lackluster when it comes to later fights. But yeah, hope that gave you a bit of an idea how to play the Horse clan with my favorite build here, the Furlun's Fire. There is also stuff like, okay, you're gonna rush the Lore Relic. This is also really good. We might also go over that in a later video. But this is definitely my favorite build with Horse, where I feel like I do the most for my team here with the scouting, and I can help out with army. I feel like this is how, yeah, the Horse has like one of the best builds in team game. This is one of the best builds for Horse in team games, in my opinion. Well, that will be it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did so, you might want to consider to leave a little like down below the video. Would also be really nice if you would subscribe to the channel if you are interested in more content like that and want to support me. That's really helpful, of course. And yeah, hope y'all have a great rest of the day. Maybe see you back in the next video, and bye bye everyone. See ya.